Hi guys, it's Carrie with Rockin' G Farm. Well, it's September and I am just now getting to plant in my flower bed my echinacea that I started from seed with the winter sowing method in the milk jugs. I kept telling myself I've got to get to it, and I just haven't done it. So just had my Bible study and my prayer walk, and now I'm ready to put my echinacea in the ground where they should have been months ago. So follow me. Okay, I've got one more to grab. Okay guys, now I've got my shovel and I'm over here by the solar panels by the gate. I am having still wonderful blooms from the summer, but the only issue I'm having now is the grasshoppers are eating the petals off of my dahlias. I don't know if y'all can see that. Look at that. They're so beautiful. And look at this one. Completely. It didn't even get to bloom. It ate all of the outside petals and left the center. I'm so upset. I even went and put some Captain Jack's dead bug on them. It didn't say anything about grasshoppers on the packaging, but I thought, well, maybe, hopefully, it would help a little bit. But it didn't. The grasshoppers are still trying to eat all of my flowers and my blooms. So I think what I'm going to do today, I'm going to try to go to the Dollar Tree or Dollar General and get some of those little mesh bags. And I'm just going to put them over my blooms so that I can have a pretty bloom to take into the house and put in my vase so I can enjoy it and not let the grasshoppers enjoy the petals. So I'm a little upset if I did that. But look at this pretty zinnia. Look at that. I haven't gotten to that one yet. Look how pretty. This is a pink giant zinnia. Most of them, yeah, all of these in here are pink giant zinnias in here. And I think this one was supposed to be a lime, but it doesn't come out very lime colored. It's just more of a white. But I do have one on the other side of the house that did turn out to be more of the lime color. But I'm going to go ahead and bring all of my echinacea over and we'll get started. Okay, so this is how bad these echinacea needed to be planted. The roots are coming out the bottom of the bucket. So they're going to have a good root system, so hopefully they'll get a couple of weeks in of growth before the first frost, and they'll be established before next summer. So trying to decide exactly where I want, because all of these zinnias are just annuals, and I'm trying to figure out where I want them. I'm thinking I'll just plant them up here close to where these zinnias are, and some behind these zinnias, because they are going to be a taller plant, so they'll need to be in the back. So here we go. Let's just kind of turn around and down. Okay, so I think I'm going to plant 3 of them right back here behind my gladiolus, and I need to go get my clippers so that I can clip off the leaves of the gladiolus. Let me be right back. Okay, so now I've got my scissors, and I'm just going to come down here and by my gladiolus. You want to leave your gladiolus leaves up and let them continue to grow and get nutrients, because what they do after the gladiola flower is spent, they continue to get their nutrients and their strength from this greenery here to make sure that the bulb makes it through the fall and has enough energy in it so that it will produce another bloom next summer. So all I'm doing, I'm going to cut it down probably about 2 inches from the ground, just so I know where my bulb is, because I'm trying to decide if I want to come back and pull them out or lift them and store them, or leave them here with heavy mulch. I'm not really for sure yet, so I'm just going to go ahead and leave the 2 inches so I'll know where they are so I can come back and get them. And I know that I have 3 here because that's what I've planted on this corner. Pull this grass. Just anytime you see grass in your your flower bed, go ahead and pull it. It's easier to pull it than to come back in a couple days when it's stronger and try to get rid of it. Every day it gets stronger and stronger, and then you're going to end up having a lot of weeds that are hard to pull. Okay, so I'm going to look at this, and I'm going to see if there's any flowers that are spent on it. Nope, looks good, looks good, looks good. Okay, so these look good, but I am going to kind of plant these echinacea a little close because these are not going to be years. These are just annuals, which means they live only 1 year, or 1 season. So when the first frost comes, they're probably going to be spent, and I'll come back and cut them off and just leave the roots in and let the roots decompose and add nutritious matter back to my soil. So that's what I'm going to do there. So what I'm going to try to do is get as close as I can to the base of this zinnia plant. I do have some milkweed down here. It didn't grow very tall this year, and I'm not really knowing why, but I do see a baby monarch caterpillar that is probably no longer than the tip of my fingernail. So I'll take a picture of that in a little bit and put that and add this in this post. And that is just awesome. It's on that milkweed that is really super tiny, but at least the monarch butterflies knew they were here. And that is exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted a place that would bring up dozens of monarch butterflies. So my goal is to always plant milkweed, and I want it all over the farm because I want this to be a monarch butterfly sanctuary. That's just been one of my goals. So far I've been very successful with having a lot of caterpillars around. I haven't seen them yet go into the cocoon stage or morph to the butterfly stage, but hopefully after I get more and more milkweed on the farm, that's something that I will be seeing. And won't that be awesome for all of my grandchildren to see, just to come out here and watch the monarch caterpillars turn into butterflies? How awesome would that be? That would be so awesome. I've had people actually ask me if I've had them, because before I have posted pictures where I had like 20 or 30 on a plant, and I'm like, can we come see them? And I said, yeah. So that's something also that you can share with your community, is a lot of kids don't get to see the monarch caterpillar, and they're like, oh wow, look at that. So that's something that you could share, is just the things that go on in your garden. What an awesome thing that is. So let me get started. I could go and ramble on something else today because it's just a pretty day. And I do have a sweatshirt on, and I'm getting a little hot because it's a little humid because it's rained everywhere but the farm. Last night, probably about 20 minutes from us, it was a downpour. And I'm looking on the radar today, and it looks like everything is gonna go around the farm. But it's made it all humid. I should probably change out of this sweatshirt, but I've already got it dirty and I don't want it to actually change, so I'm just going to go ahead and leave it on and be a little sweaty. I'm getting all this mulch, and I'm just gonna place it over here out of the way so that I don't accidentally put that back into the soil where I'm planting the plant, because that will sometimes take all of your nitrogen away. If you have big bulky pieces of mulch and they get down in the soil when you're planting your flowers, and that'll take the nitrogen out of your soil, and it'll just make your garden not grow very well. So I'm just trying to move back that mulch. This root from this plant is all the way over here, so it's a good foot across. That's amazing. So I'm just going to go ahead and move those roots around and dig me a little hole. And I do have landscaping fabric down here, so I'm probably going to have to cut it with my nippers. I did that because we planted this 2 years ago. It was nothing but a cattle field, pasture, and there was grass everywhere, and just horrible grass. And the only way that I would be able to get my garden to grow over here would be if I ended up putting some landscaping fabric in. Now, as it goes, and the more I plant, the more cuts I make on that landscaping fabric. So essentially, after several years, it's going to be gone, because when I do cut and pull up old things or rearrange stuff, some of that landscaping fabric comes out also. So in several years, it's not going to be here anymore, and I'm just going to continue to put a lot of mulch on it and stay up with my pulling of the weeds. So okay, let's go ahead and do this one. This one has 2 in it, but if they have roots in the bottom too. Ugh. So anyway, just don't ever get down on yourself because you don't get to what you want to get to. Just realize you're human. There's only so many hours in the day, and do what you can. Just make a priority list. See, there's some of that landscaping fabric right there. Just make a priority list and say, today, this is my priority. And so today my priority was to get these echinacea in the ground. Look at that. Can you see that? Oh, those roots. Oh, heaven help me. Okay, I am going to put just a little bit of fertilizer in the bottom of the hole, just because I am planting it in, and I'm going to just kind of go in with my fingers and mix it up, just because they're going to need a little extra oomph to get started. And the new spot is going to bring over the rest of that soil. Press it down, make sure there's no air bubbles in there. That's why you want to press. And then I'm going to put some more back here. Let's move this mulch up over that way, away from where I am planting, and we're going to go ahead and dig some more holes. Piece of that landscaping fabric, pulling everything up. Landscaping fabric. Oh my. Oops. It's been a while. So I'm going to, you know what? I think I might just plant them all just like that, because they're at least 2 fingertips away from each other. And then this way it's going to give a bolder show of flowers instead of all spread out. I really don't like the way I have all my zinnias spread out this year. So next year I'm going to kind of bunch them up and make them more in little drifts and clumps instead of just everywhere. So let me go ahead and make this hole just a tad bigger, and we're just going to plant that all in one hole. guys. I'm just so surprised that it took me this long to do it when it took me like 10-15 minutes to do it. So I'll be watering these in because I water all of my gardens every morning or every evening after work, depending on which days I have to work. And these will get watered in. And maybe if I don't water right now, I'll go back and look at the radar, and hopefully the rain won't miss the farm this time. But we'll see. Let me grab my camera real quick and I'll come and take some pictures of the little baby monarch caterpillar. Guys, thank you so much for joining me today, and make what you have beautiful. Okay guys, I didn't tell you, but the echinacea is a perennial, so that means that it will come back year after year. And if you need something in your flower bed that you want to come back year after year and just not really have to worry about it, and it just grows and continues to produce more and more flowers, echinacea is a great flower to use. It does well in drought. So if you live in an area that has a lot of drought, that's a good thing. And also it does great here in Arkansas in our humidity. Up in northern Arkansas, it grows wild along the side of the roads, and you can just see them forever. Just echinacea, echinacea, echinacea. And it's exactly the same echinacea that I'm planting here. It's the purple and lime green. And whenever I go up to North Arkansas, I'm like, oh, I just want to pull over and dig some up. But I know that they're in front of somebody's property, so I'm not going to do that, even though they're growing wild on the side of the road. But I am so excited to get those in here. So try echinacea next year in your perennial flower bed. And just know that I will be doing some videos coming up on how to winter sow seeds in milk jugs. So watch out for that, because that is exactly how I grew these echinacea. And look how well they thrived. Even after I just put them in a little pot and left them there all summer, they just thrived. So this is awesome. So guys, here's some information on echinacea. So see if you like that next summer in your garden. And I hope that you enjoyed this video. And let me get to that caterpillar.